What's up everyone, and welcome back to the Bold and the Beautiful 24 official channel. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button today. Let's get started. Finn grills Grace on Liam's condition. Steffy's alarm bells. The Bold and the Beautiful hints that Steffy Forrester will raise some red flags, while John Finnegan questions Grace Buckingham about Liam Spencer's condition. Steffy and Hope Logan will continue their discussion. There'll surely be more talk about Liam and everything he's been through in recent months. Liam saved Steffy's life, so she'll wish there was some way to return the favor and end all the brain tumor drama. The thought of losing Liam will remain difficult for Hope and Steffy to even wrap their heads around. Liam survived all the Luna Nozawa turmoil, but Steffy and Hope have more reasons to worry. At some point, Steffy may call Finn just to seek the latest Liam news and make sure he's still doing okay. That's when Finn might say that Grace let Bill Spencer take Liam out of the hospital and approved his release. This is happening way too soon since Liam's still recovering from a gunshot wound, so some alarm bells may be on the way for Steffy. Hope could share Steffy's concerns if she also gets updates on Liam's quick hospital discharge. Of course, Steffy and Hope won't realize that Liam supposedly just underwent surgery to remove his tumor and give him an opportunity to live. At the private surgical center, Bill will remain grateful as he watches over Liam and vows to make the most of this second chance. From Bill's perspective, this will truly feel like the medical miracle that Grace claimed it was. As for Grace, she can't stay away from the hospital too long without raising suspicions, so she'll head back to her office before long. Grace will look at a $1 million transfer that's completed on her phone and seem relieved yet guilt-ridden, so she may use Bill's money to pay off the person who's been harassing her over the phone. All signs point to Liam's brain tumor being a con, meaning he didn't need a miraculous procedure and probably didn't get one. Grace most likely just sliced Liam's head open and put a bandage on it to create the experimental treatment illusion. It's possible that Liam's previous tests were fake, and the pills he was given may have just made him look sick as part of the scam. If Grace is struggling with extreme debt and threats against her family, she certainly had a motive to go through with this level of deception. Regardless, Grace is acting all kinds of shady and will eventually face Finn's grilling session. Finn will no doubt corner Grace at some point and wonder why she approved Liam's early hospital release. Finn may ask if that was wise considering Liam's brain tumor weakening him on top of his shooting recovery. As Finn asks about Liam's condition, Grace may panic over all the questions and leave him even more suspicious. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Grace is keeping some huge secrets that'll come back to bite her sooner or later, so stay tuned. Finn grills Grace on Liam's condition. Steffy's alarm bells. The Bold and the Beautiful is heading toward a boiling point as John Finnegan begins to question Grace Buckingham's medical ethics, while Steffy Forrester's gut tells her something about Liam Spencer's condition isn't adding up. From the outside, Liam appears to be recovering miraculously fast, too fast. But beneath the surface, B&B is laying the groundwork for an explosive truth that could implode trust, family loyalty, and medical integrity. As Liam's brush with death continues to haunt those closest to him, the pieces of this mystery start coming together, and Finn might be the first to see the picture clearly. Steffy and Hope Logan continue to be glued to every bit of information about Liam's health, both deeply affected by the ordeal. Liam had saved Steffy's life, an act she hasn't forgotten, and while things between them are complicated, her concern now goes far beyond any past romance. She wants answers, and her instincts are sounding alarms louder by the hour. Hope, on the other hand, is suffering just as much. After all, Liam had given her a tearful goodbye, encouraged her to move on with Carter Walton, and now, as he fights to return from the brink, she's in emotional limbo torn between loyalty, guilt, and unresolved love. The whispers of doubt begin when Steffy places a call to Finn to get an update on Liam's progress. She is taken aback when Finn reveals that Grace gave Bill Spencer custody of Liam just a few days after a supposed experimental brain surgery with high risks. A sense of dread takes hold. Finn explains that Grace approved the discharge, even though Liam was still in recovery from a gunshot wound and had recently been diagnosed with an inoperable brain tumor. The timing doesn't make sense. The logic doesn't track. And for two doctors like Finn and Bridget Forrester, red flags are flying high. Hope and Steffy, now aligned in concern, compare notes. The idea that Liam was let go so quickly feels, at best, reckless, and at worst, criminal. Both women are unable to shake the feeling that they have been tricked, or even worse, lied to. Finn is urged to look deeper by Steffy. Finn, a man who is a doctor and believes in the truth, is already nervous after observing Grace's odd behavior and evasive responses. He decides it's time to confront her directly. When Finn corners Grace in her office, he doesn't hold back. He grills her on the decision to discharge Liam, questions her about the surgical procedure, and presses her on the timeline. Grace, visibly shaken, tries to maintain composure. She insists the surgery was successful, that Liam is stable, and that Bill has every right to care for his son in private. But her voice trembles, and her eyes dart. Finn isn't buying it. The tension in the room crackles like a live wire as he continues to probe. What Grace doesn't know is that Finn has already consulted Bridget, who admitted she was baffled by the sudden discharge and alarmed by Grace's lack of transparency. The hospital was never notified of the procedure. There's no documentation, no follow-up plan, and worst of all, no verified scans. The trail is cold and too clean. Meanwhile, Grace returns to her office to find a $1 million transfer completed on her phone. Relief floods her face, but it's quickly replaced by guilt. She stares at the screen, knowing she just sold out her medical license and possibly her freedom. Rumors swirl that she used Bill's money to settle a dangerous debt tied to her ex-husband Reese Buckingham, whose shady past left her vulnerable. Worse still, some suggest she's protecting Zoe and Paris Buckingham from blackmail or threats. No matter her motive, Grace is teetering on the edge. At the Spencer estate, Bill remains by Liam's side, thankful that his son survived what he believes was a life-saving operation. But even Bill has questions, ones he's been avoiding out of desperation. The incision on Liam's head is suspiciously minor. The pain meds aren't matching up with post-surgical norms. Still, Bill clings to hope, unaware that he may have been played for a fool and made a pawn in a far-reaching scam. The truth. There was likely never a tumor. Liam's collapse may have resulted from a brain bleed, but everything after that was orchestrated by Grace. In order to give the impression that Liam was seriously ill, she may have swapped medical scans, made up diagnoses, and sedated him. The experimental surgery might have been nothing more than a superficial wound to mimic a real procedure. Liam remains unconscious, but his awakening is imminent, and with it, the potential to unravel everything. If he remembers nothing about a surgery or worse, begins experiencing new symptoms, Finn will be the first to order a full medical review. And if Grace's scam is exposed, the fallout will be devastating. Bill's wrath will be swift and unrelenting. Hope and Steffy's emotional turmoil will erupt into fury. And Grace will face the consequences not only from the law but from a medical board ready to strip her of everything. As Steffy continues to sense that something is deeply wrong, her alarm bells ring louder than ever. She confronts Finn once more and urges him to act quickly before Liam's situation deteriorates beyond repair. Finn promises to get answers, but both of them know time is running out. The closer Liam gets to waking up, the more fragile this web of lies becomes. The bold and the beautiful is inching toward a reckoning, and Grace is at the center of the storm. With mounting suspicions, financial intrigue, emotional betrayals, and medical malfeasance, the stakes have never been higher. Grace Buckingham's secrets won't stay buried much longer, and when they surface, no one will be spared from the fallout.